How's it going, guys? It's Connor here. In this video, I want to talk about the lightsaber katana weapons that people keep asking me, what are those? Every time they see them in my videos. So I'm going to show you how to get pretty much the sword in the 5 colors you can get it in. The first thing you should know is that these are all found within the Shadowlands and do require you to do some progress within the campaign. So I'm going to take the portal to Oribos to make our way to the Shadowlands. And then from here, you're going to have to quest through Shadowlands until you can get a quest from this NPC. I'll show you their location on the map in a second. This guy, Tel Inara, pretty much at this table, he'll eventually allow you to go to Zereth Mortis, which was like a different location to the Shadowlands. So this is found over here in the Enclave on the map of the Oribos. And this will eventually unlock access to Zereth Mortis, which if you go to the teleporter and you see over here, there's a portal to Zereth Mortis. You will have to complete the intro quest within the zone when you first get sent there to unlock this portal. In order to get the Enlightened Botanist Machete, which is the green version of the katana, you'll make your way to the southern end of Zereth Mortis at the Catalyst Gardens, pretty much where I am right over here. Now this rare can only be spawned once you click and activate the 5 roots. So starting from where I am right now, you'll see there's one root over here, a bulging root. So you're going to click this and you're going to move to kind of like pull the root like you normally would. Then you'll see if I go ahead a little bit further up, there's another root that's going to be located over here. You'll also see that there's the main one over here, but I'm going to do this one last because the rare is going to spawn at this location. So we're going to go around this corner. You should find the other 2 roots will be there and over here. So we're going to go ahead and grab these. So I'll grab this one first, and then I'll go ahead and I'll grab this one. And then I'll make my way to the corner over here where that final root was. And we'll go ahead and pull this root out, and this will spawn the rare Gluttonous Overgrowth. And from this point, you can go ahead and defeat it. You have a chance of getting the Enlightened Botanist Machete item as a drop from it, which are the same swords I'm wearing on my back right now. Now keep in mind, you can only kill this rare for loot once per day. So if it doesn't drop today, you'll have to keep trying tomorrow and the day after. This is actually one of the easier ones to get. In order to get Xy'rath's signature saber, which is the red katana version, this is going to be found on a rare NPC that spawns really infrequently, located over here at Pilgrim's Grace. So make your way to this location in Zereth Mortis. Now this NPC spawns over here in this location, but it's very specific since it only spawns if these dead bodies and these scrolls are around here. If these bodies and scrolls are not here, that means the rare does not spawn today. I was actually lucky enough to get this earlier today, after about maybe I think like 12 attempts that I've killed this guy on. You should note that he has very low HP, and sometimes it's great to be in a group with other people because you just need to tag the enemy to make sure that you guarantee yourself some loot. Because there have been times where I've been here and people have killed it before I could even touch it. The NPC is said to spawn between 30 and 60 minutes. So not sooner than 30 minutes after it's been killed and not more than 60 minutes. The next sword is the Anima-Siphoning sword, which is a purple version of the sword variant. Now this one also drops from a rare NPC. This is the Engulfer, located over here on the map. So at this location, you'll go ahead and try to kill this mob once a day. And hopefully once you kill them, they should have the sword. You'll see here I popped on just right now, just as it spawned, managed to just barely tag it before somebody to one-shot it. But I did not get the sword myself. It's not a super hard one to get like the red or the yellow ones, but it's a little bit more difficult to get than the green one. The next sword is Hirukon's Radiance Reach, which is the yellow variant of the sword and looks like this. This is really cool. I've wanted it many times. It's really tedious and hard to get it. Now you actually get it as a drop from a rare NPC called Hirukon within Zereth Mortis, pretty much at this location in these pools over here. It spawns quite frequently and you can see it down there in the bottom. If you look through this gap, you can find it right over there. The problem, however, is you have to make a special item called the Aurelid Lure to bring it out so that you can actually kill it. Now, if you do this and you kill it, you'll guaranteedly get the Deep Star Aurelid mount. This is only if you're the one who made the lure, which is one of the cooler looking mounts in the game, in my opinion. I really like it. But somebody else can also use their lure to bring it out and let you have a chance to kill it for the sword, but it only drops the mount for the person who uses the lure. Now I'm going to quickly go through how you get the lure. So essentially you have to do a bunch of fishing. You're going to get here and you're fishing for a very specific item. This item will allow you to go on a chain to find 3 other items that allow you to turn it into the Aurelid Lure. Now, once you fish up the strange goop item, you need to collect 3 fish. Luckily, you can buy these on the auction house, but also they're really expensive. Alternatively, you can go try and fish them up yourself in the crazy locations they're in, which is gonna take a bunch more time. There's a reason why they're expensive. The first fish you need is a Pungent Blobfish, which sells for 36,000 gold on my auction house. You only need 1. The second fish is a Flipper Fish. This sells for 44,000 on my server. You also only need 1. The next one's not really a fish, but it's the Coilclutch Vine. Also sells for 44,000 on my server. You also only need 1 of these. Once you have all 4 of these items, you're going to make your way to an NPC called Baroness Vash. And she's over here fishing by a really dead lake here in Maldraxxus, pretty much at the southern end of Maldraxxus, which, if you didn't know, in the Shadowlands, Maldraxxus is a island place at the top over here, and you're going to make your way to the southern end. You'll pretty much then speak to her and tell her that you need the lure with all 4 items, and she will give you the lure. If you've done this once already, you'll see in my inventory, I have received a Aurelid Lure. So you only have to do this once, but you can only get this lure once a week, however, so do take note of that. You can only do it once a week. Once you have the lure, you can attach it to your fishing rod, which will apply a 15-minute buff. So only do this when you're here by Hirukon. And then all you need to do is fish in this little pool over here, this Aurelid cluster. You'll see it's got all these little fish. You need to angle yourself so that your fishing rod goes pretty much in there. And you will just fish in this little cluster to bring Hirukon out of that little cave. Just like this, and you'll see there he comes. He's going to swim up now. Here he comes. And just like all other rays, be prepared to tag him so that you can get a chance at the drops. And loot it, and hopefully you get the sword. For the final sword, you cannot get it within Zereth Mortis, so you'll have to make your way to the portal over here to go back to, well, Oribos. And you'll have to have done a quest line to unlock access to the next location we're going to. You'll see on the Flight Master over here, we're going to Tazavesh, the Veiled Market. This is a secret dungeon location. If you don't have this unlocked, I recommend Googling a guide on how to unlock Tazavesh, the Veiled Market, because there's a bunch involved. But we're going to go ahead and fly there, because this is how you get the Blade of Grievous Harm, the blue variant, one of my favorites. It also so happens to be the sword that I wear in my current Mog. Now, this is a dungeon that's actually coming to the seasonal pool in next week from this video. So if you're watching this before season 3, you can get it very easily now in either heroic or mythic difficulty. And if we enter the dungeon by going through this portal, you literally just have to go up the entrance over here through this first door, like so. And once you make your way in here, you'll defeat all the enemies on the right-hand side, pretty much this area here. And once you're in here, you're going to defeat the Portal Mancer Zohan. Once you defeat him, this will spawn the first boss. And you can see this boss is wielding 4 of those swords. This is the boss Zo'phex, the first boss in the instance, and once you defeat him, you'll pretty much get the sword as a drop from defeating him. Now you can do the mythic version of this dungeon once a week, and the heroic one once per day. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Catch you around in the next one.